Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater. And you know what? The Matrix just turned 20 years old a few weeks ago, and it's still so weird to think that I was 17 when that movie came out. It was one of the first films I got to go see as a newly minted 17-year-old, and no one could stop me. I was of age. Ha ha ha. Take that, you bastards at the box office. And it was a good movie. It was a great movie. It's still on it tops many people's best films of all time lists. In fact, Netflix currently has all three of them in HDR. And I was watching The Matrix the other day, and it's a little bit dated. It's a little bit dated, but I don't care. It's still a damn good movie. And so when Warner's announced that they were kind of working on the concept for a Matrix reboot, a lot of people were like, no, and I was one of them. I don't want a reboot of it. I mean, I don't think it needs a reboot, a continuation of the franchise. In some aspect, you want to talk about the Nebuchadnezzar, what happened on Zion after the fact, and everything else. I think I'd be okay with stuff being set in the Matrix. But as a whole, I don't want it to go back to the one. I don't want them to go back to the Neo and Trinity and Morpheus storyline. We've seen that. It was great. And yes, I'm talking about the sequels as well. And we can leave those where they are. That being said, news broke yesterday that the Wachowskis were actually going to be working on the movie. Yeah. That they were going to be working on this fourth Matrix film. And everyone was like, oh shit. I mean, everyone losing their mind. The Wachowskis are coming back to work on this. The Wachowskis are going to come back. Oh, now the Matrix 4 seems pretty cool. Except today we find out, well, nope, the Matrix movies are not being developed by the Wachowskis. And this is very true. This is very true. Now, according to this article here, it says Chad Stahelski's representative reached out to say that his comments on the Matrix reboot were strictly hypothetical and not, in fact, confirmation that the Wachowskis are working on a new movie, because this news was spreading far and wide. So just for the sake of clarity, let's look to see at what exactly Chad was saying here. So in an interview with Yahoo Movies UK, he referred to the Wachowskis, or revealed the Wachowskis are indeed working on a new Matrix movie, saying here, I'm super happy that the Wachowskis are not just doing a Matrix, but they're expanding what we all loved. If it's anywhere near the level of what they've done, it wouldn't take more than a call to go, hey, we want you to be a stunt guy, and I would probably go and get hit by a car. So that's what he said, and a lot of people out there were very much like, oh, damn, they're working on it. Well, he's saying here strictly hypothetical and not confirmation that they're working on it. But if you look at what he says, I'm super happy that Wachowskis are not just doing a Matrix, but they're expanding what we all love. How is that hypothetical? It's not a hypothetical. That's a relative direct statement there. It is. It's a relatively direct statement. So I'm super happy that the Wachowskis are not just doing a Matrix, but expanding on what we all loved. And if it's anywhere near the level of what they've already done, then it wouldn't take much more or more than a call to go, hey, we want you to be a stunt guy, and I'd go get hit by a car. So what that says to me is when he was talking about this, he knows they're working on it. He knows they're already working on it, but he had to reach out and squash it like, no, it's not happening. Now, there's a couple reasons why this is a good idea. One, they want to reveal it probably at Comic-Con. I think they're going to probably have a pretty decent reveal at Comic-Con over this. They're going to fully announce either a new trilogy or a new TV series, maybe for something that's on the Warner Media streaming service, because that's now that AT&T took over. They're definitely going to want to be aiming towards something that's going to get people interested in paying a monthly subscription fee like CBS All Access and Netflix and DC Universe and things like that. That would be something that I think could be an issue. And the Wachowskis haven't done much of anything since Sense8 came out, was canceled by Netflix, but then got a finale. And they also recently sold off their studio in Chicago, leading many people to believe that they ultimately retired. And they haven't talked about this really at all. But it makes a lot of sense to me that they would probably want to work on this film, and Warner's is not going to want to screw it up. So bringing the Wachowskis in as consulting producers or executive producers to kind of maybe steer this thing in a certain direction would make the most amount of sense. And obviously the stunt guy who worked with them intimately on these movies, the guy who knows them very well, would be a dude who kind of knows what's going on. And he probably very much made the mistake of opening his mouth when he shouldn't. There's another reason though why I think they want to come out and very much squash this thing before it takes off. And for that, we have to go back to 2014. So in 2014 or 2015, I forget whenever Chappie came out, I think it was 2015, Neil Blomkamp's Chappie. No, it was 2014. It was 2014. No, it was 2015. Sorry. You know what? Don't mind me. It's 2015, March 2015. When that movie came out and they were doing all the press for that movie, word broke that Neil Blomkamp had actually kind of pimped the concept of Alien 5 to 20th Century Fox, starring Sigourney Weaver. He pitched the concept to her while they were working on Chappie. She liked it. He had concept art drawn up. He had things drawn up and ready to go. He had a story to pitch. He took it to Fox. They were interested. That news broke, and guess what happened? That dominated the conversation surrounding Chappie. It was no longer about Chappie. It was all about Alien 5, a movie from a competing movie studio, because Sony Pictures is who produced or who distributed Chappie, and Alien is a Fox franchise, although now it's a Disney franchise. And then Ridley Scott came in and kind of cockblocked him and gave us Alien Covenant. I would just prefer there to be nothing and not Alien Covenant. So that's the whole point here. That's the whole issue, is that when you look at the idea of these kind of talks taking over the conversation before a high profile movie comes out, it runs the risk of really damaging the conversation in the marketing department, which is what they need in order to get, I think, the estimated $40 million that John Wick Chapter 3 is going, is projected to open with. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to something like Chappie and having that be overtaken by Alien 5 commentary, that's okay, predominantly because Chappie wasn't that good of a movie. Neil Blomkamp he directed. It was a well-made movie, but it was not a good movie, and there was a lot that went wrong with it. D. Antwoord was a big problem, as well as just the unlikability of pretty much every character in that movie, with the exception of the robot, because Charlotte Copley is great. And so the movie failed, but it wasn't failing because of Alien. The conversation changed leading into it because of Alien. But John Wick has already got an established fan base. He's already got a very established, devoted group of fans. The reviews are putting at 97% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. I don't think that's going to be the problem, but I do understand coming out and squashing it as best as humanly possible, because you don't want to change the conversation and have it potentially damage any box office impact, as well as put out there fake information or information that Warner Brothers is not quite ready to disclose just yet, which is where I'm currently leaning on where things are at. I think it's coming. I think that's what they're doing. And yeah, anyway, I leave it to you, your thoughts, your opinions. Do you want to see the Wachowskis involved in the Matrix? Do you feel that it would be good as a miniseries, a TV series, a streaming show, a new movie trilogy? Let me know your thoughts. I'll talk to you later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.